Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Natalie and this is day 5 of our 10-day splits challenge, which doesn't mean you have to learn splits in 10 days, but for 10 days we are going to work on our splits. If this is the first series that you encounter, please go back to the beginning where I start, as I like to do at the beginning of stuff. And let's get started with our warm-up. For today's warm-up, we're going to start in a parallel position and take the arms here in front of you, crossed over, and we're going to just lift the knees, trying to get them as high as possible, possibly even touching your elbows without lowering the elbows. So we're just going to touch and touch, or try to get the knees as high up as possible. And let's do 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, great. Arms to the side, and we'll do the same thing here with the legs in a slight straddle position, which means you're going to have a stronger side-to-side shift. So you lift and lift. And try not to lower the elbows here, but lift the knees. And let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, great. We have a variation to the back as well. And I'm going to try and touch without actually flicking my leg there, but really just by lifting it. The navel drawing to the spine, and then just touch, touch, and touch. Let's do 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, great. So now let's take gentle leg swings front and back. You can hold on to something for balance or try and do this freestanding. If you do it freestanding, you have to swing your arms for balance as well, a little bit in the opposite direction. So all we're going to do is swing the leg, release muscles. It's really just to find space in the hips here. Swing front and back. It's not about getting the leg particularly high, it's really just finding the release and that feeling of swing in the hips. Okay, other leg, same thing. Release the big muscles off the legs and find space in the hip. Okay, great. So from here, I'm now taking my left leg to the front into a very, very deep lunge position, as low as you can possibly get here, with my foot propped up here at the back. Hands here on your thighs. Lift the chest and direct the push here into the hip. Just stay here for a few seconds, finding your breath. And now what we're going to do is I've already introduced the resistance stretches to you lying on the floor pushing your legs. So we'll do a similar thing. We'll try and really grip the thigh here. So it kind of really just feels like you're engaging the thigh as much as possible, which will lift you slightly further up. We hold 5 seconds, then we release to deepen the stretch. And then again, you're just going to grip the thigh. So if you just come out of the stretch once while I explain, so you don't have to be in the lunge the whole time. If you find it difficult to find this feeling of engaging the thighs or of pushing, then just think of lifting your kneecaps up. So if you lift your kneecaps up, that automatically engages the thighs. That's what we're looking for, okay? So we'll do 5 seconds each time. Grip 5 seconds, release 5 seconds. So find your lunge position again here, and let's grip the thigh, really pull the kneecap up, grip the thigh. 3, 4, 5, and then find a deeper lunge position. Adjust the front foot if you have to. Keep lifting the chest, keep pulling the navel towards the spine. Let's do this one more time. Really grip the thigh. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then deepen the lunge. 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. Grip the thigh. 2, 3, 4, 5. And one more time. Deepen for 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, great. Bring your hands to the floor, and before you straighten the front leg, step the left leg in a little bit. Let's come to a diagonal position here, flexing the front foot, turning the back foot here to a 90-degree angle. Keep the front foot flexed as you move here almost all the way to the front. And now from here, really push the right hip. The right hip bone moves back, and you are attempting to straighten your spine here in this position, coming closer to the floor. Keep the left foot flexed and hold. Okay, great. Bend both legs to come up, rolling through the spine. Let's change legs. Find your lunge position with the right leg in front. The back foot is propped up. Lift your chest. Find your breath. And now let's grip the left thigh. Really grip the thigh. 2, 3, 4, 5. And deepen the lunge. Adjust your front foot if you have to. Lift your chest. One more time, grip the left thigh. Grip. 2, 3, 4, 5. And release, deepen the lunge. One more time, grip the left thigh. Really grip. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Find a deep lunge. Now bring the hands to the floor, step the left leg in, and I'm just going to change position here so that you can see me better. Walk the hands into a diagonal position. The back foot pivots to a 90-degree position in relation to the front. And then here in your diagonal, really push the left sit bone back. Attempt to straighten your spine. Flex the front foot. Come closer to the floor. Great. From here, bend both legs, roll through the spine to come back up. Let's come to the floor into a lunge position and have your supporting equipment ready here, and also everything that you need to pad your knee. And we're going to try and recreate this exercise in our low lunge. So first, move into the lunge and to a straight leg position here a few times. Lunge, straight, and lunge. And straight one more time, maybe with a flexed foot. Lunge and straight. Okay, so now let's slide the front foot a bit further and the back knee maybe also a bit further, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. So we are going to really grip the thigh of the right leg. As I've got my left foot in front, I'm going to grip the thigh of my right leg. And we'll add one more thing here. We are going to push our toes here into the floor to slightly lift the knee. Yeah, just this much. And we're going to hold together and then release. So let's go. Really push the toe into the floor. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Try to deepen the stretch. And bring your chest up this time as well to deepen the stretch. One more time. Push your back foot into the floor. Hover the leg for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Bring the chest up. Deepen the stretch. Find your breath. One more time. Push the back foot into the floor. Hover the knee. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. And this time Lift the chest a little bit more, pull the navel to the spine, deepen the stretch. Okay, great. Both hands on the floor. Find your supporting equipment here for your splits and find your entry position. So slide the front leg front, back knee maybe a little bit back. I like to also prop up my toes here sometimes to pull my back knee a little bit further back. And now before we hold 20 seconds again together, I would like you to lift your chest as high as you can, because what we like to do is lean to the front to avoid the stretch of the front leg. Lift your chest. Find a position where you feel space and breath. And let's hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Look up, lift the chest. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and lift yourself out of the position. Okay, great. While you adjust your equipment, I just want to quickly explain that you can have your back foot here in the splits, you can have it pointed, or you can prop up your toes. Sometimes I find this position here can give me a bit more control over the stretch. Try it and see whether it serves your purpose of entering the split as well as possible. So now let's change legs. I've got my right leg here in front, and let's do our resistance stretch to start with again. So find your deep lunge position here, and then we're going to press the back foot into the floor and hover it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release, deepen the stretch, deepen the lunge, lift the chest here and come up, pushing the hands into the thighs here. If you feel a pinch in the lower back, pull your navel to your spine to stabilize the core. One more time now. Push the foot into the floor, lift the knee for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release, come up. Lift the chest, look in front of you or slightly diagonally upwards, and deepen the lunge. One more time. Hands on the floor, push your foot into the floor, lift the knee for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Bring the hands up, chest up, really deepen the stretch. Okay, and find your entry point for your splits. Flex the front foot if you like, tuck the back toes under if you like. Most importantly, lift your chest, push the shoulders down, and look in front of you as we hold here, finding space and breath for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe lift out of the position, change a little bit to find space, and re-enter for 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Gently lift out of the position, bring the legs back. Let's, as always, find our compact position here with the heels with the sit bones on the heels, wiggling from side to side, allowing the hips to spill off to the side here. And this time we're going to push back here onto our toes, allowing the weight here to still stay a little bit on your hands, moving back and front, stretching the Achilles, stretching the toes, trying to touch the knees here down to the floor, and then pushing back and forth a few times. Now use the weight of your head to to allow the hips to rise and straighten the knees. Now here once. Bend the knees again. Allow your chest to rest on your thighs. Bend the knees generously. If you want to hold on to your elbows, you can. Release the weight off the head, the neck, the upper body. And then from here, bring the hands back to the floor and roll up through the spine. And we come back up to standing. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is just step the legs slightly apart here and then just twist from side to side. Patting the back of the lower back here and the hips with the swing of the arms. And you can make this as small or as big as you like. You can gently bend the knees, finding a release in the hips and a release in the spine. At the same time, finding that upwards current that lifts the head high up to the ceiling. And really picture your head rising tall towards the ceiling and your body loose underneath. Your legs grounded into the floor. And in between your head and your feet, in that space, you are moving with ease and mindful precision. Okay, make that smaller. Okay, thank you very much as always for practicing with me. We are going to continue for 5 more sessions practicing our splits. Have a lovely day and see you in the next video.